Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. Great to have you with us. You saw us last night with young, with young Oliver from Young Commentators, with apologies from Ben, Dan and Jane. Hopefully one or two of them will be there next week to continue our chats on grassroots football and many other topics. No doubt the lads will have some topics of the weeks that they haven't been here and catch-ups when they actually come in to the studio. Anyway, look forward to that, and hopefully they'll be back on Friday evening around about 7 o'clock. In the meantime, well done to all the teams out and about there today, behaving, having a well, it was nice. It was overcast but warm, and yeah, the football was great to watch. Kids, as always, enjoyed themselves. Unfortunately, our team didn't do as well as expected. They were brilliant the first half, but hey ho, second half I think they were a little bit tired, because you tend to get tired there. This is just a developing team at the moment, under sevens they are, DXTL, FC Lions. They're enjoying themselves, and they seem to one or two of them wanted to dance on the pitch as the game was going on, but this is grassroots football, it's allowed, isn't it? Anyway, it wasn't to be in the second half, where the lads seemed to tire out and lose confidence, lose concentration, and probably couldn't wait for the game to end. But they don't, do you know what? At the end of it, I looked at them and they're all still smiling and having fun. And I think maybe that's the way to be. Regardless of the result, these kids are developing, I assure you. Anyway, congratulations to 7 Elite Academy, under sevens, great manager, great team. Everyone was having fun, we all had fun, so what more could you ask for? It was all about kids enjoying the game of football, regardless. Anyway, also the parents, they looked pretty good on the football pitch, and we spent a little bit of time in the cafe having a chat to all managers and referees. Everyone coming together, having a little chat about what they were doing, what they weren't doing, and how the games were going, before I had to rush off and watch a little bit of football. Yes, Liverpool against Wolves, absolutely woeful in the first half. Couldn't believe it. I just don't know what happened. Wolves were okay, decent, attacking the ball and putting our defence under a lot of pressure. It's like, whether they like these half-12 kick-off times, I'm not too sure, but it is early. But they should all be ready for it, fired up, geared up, ready to go. Wolves were, Liverpool weren't. Second half, it was a different team, and Luis Diaz and Nunes, you know, these are team players that will run right at you, and defenders don't like that. Why wasn't we starting with that, and from the word go, have a go at that rather than making a mess of the game? But the substitutes were brilliant, and even Harvey Elliott didn't get a mention, but I thought he was brilliant. He seems to come on and change the game, holds that ball up, passes the ball very, very well, and he seems to enjoy himself like it every game he plays in, or even if he comes on sub. But I enjoyed it at the end. Obviously we go top of the league, or we went top of the league, maybe for a short while, but what can you do? I think it was 16 months or something like that. It's a long time since the Liverpool Football Club have been top of the Premier League. Anyway, 13 points. Let's build on that. Let's get into the 20s. Then you start thinking a little bit, don't you? Because it is very, very early days at the moment. And we still got Christmas to come, haven't we? Someone said today on the radio, do you realise, and I've got to repeat it because it really made me, two things made me cringe about Christmas. Walking in to Home Bargain and seeing all the Christmas decorations, maybe more shops, more stores, I've got them all up, right along the shelving, and I was like, oh dear me, no, this can't happen. And then someone says, do you realise, on the radio, there's just 100 days left before Christmas Day. Well, I know people love it, I know there's plenty love it, but I just think way too early. I've got an itchy eye, apologies, don't know what it is, I've rubbed something in my eye, we all get that, don't we? More so me, over the last few weeks I get it quite a lot. Anyway, Here we go. So I hope your team enjoyed themselves yesterday, or today should I say, and you're all out again tomorrow. So it's a good weekend of grassroots football. Looks like it's going to be similar day to day. As long as we're getting the games in, the kids aren't too cold and there's plenty of football playable, what more could you ask for? Let's see how things go, let's see how teams are, let's see how the parents are on and off the field of play, because did you notice the post that's gone out there on social media? Very, very happy me indeed. And I see Dan Carden as my local MP on board with Don't Cross the Line for the work that we do, respecting the referees, poor touchline behaviour, he's all on board for that. And we discussed matters, concerning matters I'd say, regarding the future of grassroots football. I think we need to act somewhere along the line, and you see more about that. And I think you heard me on my last night's show, rather than, you know, with admin, there's that much admin now. These managers and coaches are really, I had a really good chat with plenty of them today, I assure you, and not many of them are happy regarding the situations that we're going through at the moment. With all the admin, when you finish the game, you just want to get home, like I did today, and want to relax, but straight home, and then I get the laptop out and I'm on this admin. And you know what, sometimes you're thinking, have I done all this right? The questions that are being asked on full time, is it really right? Half-time, full-time scores, team numbers, team shirts, referees' marks, and you know, if the referees can be marked on certain things, aspects of the game. If it's less than 60, you've got to make a note of it. If it's more than 60, you haven't got to make a note of it. And they want your opinion on how the referee was. You don't get that on the referee cards unless I've got the cards that you have on Don't Cross the Line, where they can mark the managers and coaches, and I've got nothing to hide, because the referees are trying their very, very best to make sure that the game flows. It's as simple as that. And we all know referees can only give what they see. And we did have a little word with one of our parents, and obviously I'll put the parents down straight away if they have a go at the referee. They need to understand that these referees are there, they're developing as well. Anyway, that was all by the by, because the apologies come flooding into me, and then you get questions about your management tactics, don't we all? What you should be doing, how you should be doing it, who you should be shouting to, what you should be doing on the field of play. And when you offer the badges to them, if they can go and do their courses, it's a different story, because there's a lot of admin that you have to do now, and it's not just about the kids playing football. We're taking the fun out of the game. My opinion, this is what I stated last night. Young Oliver, felt sorry for young Oliver who was listening in, but you know what, at the end of it we sat there and he talked, and he said I was very interested into what's happening in grassroots football, because he used to play it and he still probably will do, but he was changing his mind. He said, I don't think I'd want to get involved in all that at the moment, because there seems to be a lot of work that you have to do. It's not just about picking the team now. It really isn't. Now they want you to mark. Now I'm understanding, mark the touchline behaviour. Did they coincide with all the respect rules? Respect rules, what we started, if you go back, because we were the forerunner for the FA Respect programme, we don't even get a mention on full time, not a mention whatsoever for the work that we do towards our referees and towards each other when we're on the field of play. Does it make a difference? Yeah, it does, because we were bringing the attention about respect towards the FA and towards teams. Many organisations out there now do their own little thing, that's great, but if we all sing off the same song sheet, work together, play together and sort things out together, then grassroots football would be a lot easier, I assure you. And kids, honestly, they'd just be enjoying themselves, because now I'm looking at managers and it's not about how do you get on and what have you, great, how are the kids. It's pressure. They're sitting there talking to me all about the pressure. They can't go home, they haven't finished, they need some time with their families. We're not there for admin assistance to people who are getting a lot of money, to be honest, getting paid to do this. If you want admin people, I think let's employ them, ask the FA to employ them, and let's just do everything. Let's go by the cards as we used to, give the scorecards in, give the marks in, end of. I don't think we should be doing all this admin work. My honest opinion, it's voluntary. I'm a volunteer. I also have a full-time job as a support worker. And you know what, when you've got to try and come home and sit there and do that, you know, the family are looking at you thinking, are you really, really mad? Are you mad doing all that work? Why would you want to run a team? Why would you want to get involved in all this? And you know what, I've been thinking about it lately, because my time, you know, not done cross the line, that goes without saying. I got taught into putting teams out, a couple of teams, and one of the teams has been fined already. I'm probably still waiting for my fine to come in, because you think you've done it and it tells you your upload's been successful, and when you look at the score you can't see its score. You just see last week's score, and I want to see this week's score unless it goes through on a certain time. I don't know what information I'm putting through, but by the deadline it could be too late and there's another fine. Pay that out of your own pocket. But with incidents, regarded as incidents, for one of our managers not filling in the team sheet, thinking he's done it on the app and it was all pending, thinking that's it, but then finding out, no you haven't, the app is useless, you shouldn't be doing it on there, you have a fine and you have a certain amount of time to answer why this incident has happened. Well, do you wonder why people are getting really, really fed up with this now, on the whole game system, on full time? Because the whole game system, honestly, that is a full-time job. It really is. Even if you want to upload a PDF file, the work you have to do, it's great. We're all on our phones, we're all on our laptops. We've got plenty of time to mess around on the whole game system. I've only got 2 teams, and I know there's teams out there with probably 60 odd teams, and their secretaries, coaches, managers are all pulling their hair out. It's stress, and this game of football should be stress-free. That's what we say for kids. We know safeguarding is going to be mandatory next year. We know that. But why on the full-time thing have we got mandatory questions that must be filled in, i.e. referees' marks? Why was the referee? What was the referee like, in your opinion? What was the sidelines like? Because if you answer if there was a lot of, let's say, unwelcome support coming on your touchline, on your game, and you put in there that it was absolutely disgusting, there you go, right, we want a full report, what happened, we want it, and you're becoming, without these managers or parents finding out or knowing what's going on, we're now putting in the information so you be questioned in the future. That's obviously what it's all about, and we've got to draw the line somewhere. And I think at the moment people are crossing the line and relying on volunteers like myself to do all the work for them. I'd love to have 100 volunteers in here and just say to them, go on, go out there, do this, do that. And I'm sure every workforce would love volunteers with no pay whatsoever to go out and do their work. But why haven't they got them? Why have they not got these volunteers for no pay? What's behind it? Why will not a company take on volunteers with no pay? Yet, why do the FA have thousands of volunteers, thousands of them, and they're just piling up admin work left, right and centre? A lot of people out there will enjoy it, they love it, because they'll wear the 3 lines all day. They would do as volunteers. But the majority of managers who have jobs and things like that, not saying the other people don't have jobs, but you've got to look and you've got to draw the line somewhere. You can't force people to start doing admin with fines. You cannot. Especially the volunteers who come there week in, week out and trying to give kids a game of football. They don't need this pressure. It's added pressure to the game. Some people think, no, it's easy. People love it. Well, if they love it, let them do it all for everyone. Let them do it all. At the end of the day, I do not love it. I'd like to go home, like today, sit there after doing a little bit of respect work, talking with managers, don't cross the line. I'd like to come home, put my feet up and watch a bit of football and come here and do my show. This is me, this is what I do. But I don't like being told you have to do this, otherwise you are facing a fine. This must be done, there's your deadline, you have 48 hours to do it. If it's not done, you face a fine and you'll have consequences in the future. I'd love your thoughts. I'd still love your thoughts on this. People were coming to me today over last night's show. No one's contacted me by email, one or two, but people would rather talk to me face to face and tell me that I'm right, and I am only fighting to give managers a break, coaches a break, the volunteers. Without these managers and coaches, we would not have football, we would not have referees, we would not have committees, and we would not have leagues. We're not looking at the bigger picture, just how important coaches and managers are to the kids' game. They're the people we need to look after. Referees, as I said yesterday, they get paid for the work they do. Brilliant, fantastic. We've got volunteers there, running the teams, bringing the teams to the referee, bringing the teams to the leagues, and yet they have no protection whatsoever. So I want you to get in touch with me, because I see a different way now. I really, really do, that we need to support our managers and coaches a lot more. We don't need to give them all kinds of admin work. That's not them. I'm getting browned off. I'm ready to walk away, my honest opinion. And I've only been there 2 years back in the fold of things myself. I want to walk away from the game, but I'm letting kids down. I'm looking at those kids, they want to play, they're enjoying it. And yet I'm getting really fed up about what I've got to do. If you're the same as me, please, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. Add me a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. And I know there's plenty who'll just nod their heads, but get on with it and do it anyway, because they don't like to moan about it. In case they get thrown out of a league, or get reprimanded by your FA, get the fines, I'll face the consequences. I really will. What consequences? An incident where one of the managers has not filled in the team sheet or the referee marks. Do the referees really know what it's all about? Why the referee's getting marked? I had a conversation on social media last night with a referee stating that it's not recognised anymore, the marks. They don't get levels leveled up, they don't get higher levels, lower levels, doesn't go for their marks. And yet it's the FA and the full time that are really putting all these in again. They're introducing the ref marks. I don't know why. And if you put less than 60, it gives you a million things to state. Was the referee up with play? Was the referee really good on their orders, or giving instructions out and things like that? That's not for me to say. That is not for me. You know, what we're saying here is have a silent opinion. How bad was the referee? How good was the referee? Silent abuse, I suppose, isn't it? What was that referee like? This is my honest opinion. This is my opinion. Have a look at it. Have a look at the full time. Referees, go out and have a look. And just say to yourself, okay, this manager's marked me less than 60. Was I wrong? Did I do wrong? Did the referee get to find out? I'm not too sure. But why should I mark someone? I wouldn't like to be marked for my behaviour. Well, you can. It's not marks, it's not scores, it's not high. You know, at the end of the day, I'm there to try and give the kids a game of football and forget the referees on that pitch. That referee blows the whistle, gives a foul, free kick. So be it, that's the way it is. The referee's decision is final, and I accept it. And that's as far as I can. I'm not there shouting at a referee. I am not. I'm just there to encourage the kids and shake the hands of the referees, because they do a great job. And you've seen the work that we do with our referees throughout the 20 years with Don't Cross the Line. That and the Respect campaign. But I've been in grassroots football for over 40 odd years, and I've seen a massive difference. And I think it's a difference that's not good for grassroots football. Love the safeguarding, love the DBS checks, love everything about the safeguarding and keeping our kids safe in football. But I don't like the prices of the courses. I don't think people coming into the game to be a volunteer should get charged. I think they all should be free. Every course should be free. And I think every manager or coach who wants to get involved with the kids will agree with me. Because you're giving these kids a game and we're keeping them off the streets. We don't want teams folding. We don't want teams folding for the simple reason is, where will the kids go then? They don't have community groups anymore. Football is a place to be for these thousands of kids, Saturday and Sunday and midweek games as well. And the training. they look forward to it. It keeps them fit. Take all that away from them, where are the kids going to be? And it's looking like it could happen. Here's me really thinking now, if I find a coach, you can do it. I don't want this added pressure. I really don't. That's my honest opinion. I want your opinion. I'd love you all to come in touch, get in touch with me, have a chat with me, or send me an email, mal@DXTL.com. And I know the County FA will want to talk to me very soon. And yes, I will want to talk to them as well, because I want to discuss exactly what's happening. What are we doing to grassroots football? What are we doing to our managers and coaches? Referees, yeah, we're great. We can all start banging a drum about good behaviour, zero tolerance towards verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments and bullying. We all agree with that one. We want our referees to stay in the game. We want our referees to be hassle-free and enjoy themselves and go home happy as well. But that goes for our managers and coaches too. We really do. Spare a thought for them. I am. And I want to do something about it. Get in touch with myself, mal@don'texttheline.com. See you tomorrow around about 6 o'clock. In the meantime, put your feet up, relax and enjoy your night. Good night, God bless.